It's a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning and welcome to SimWorld Today. I'm B Ron. Alongside me is my co-host Yells. Good morning, man. Happy Friday. How you doing?
I'm good. You
Yeah,
see, I'm moving. I'm
yeah,
dancing. Bet no one knows this movie. We're going to pass this move to Jerry. No one knows that. Pass that move on to Jerry. All right. No one knows that movie.
yeah. You couldn't see me do it because I'm ghosting in the background. You couldn't see it, but I'm doing
50
the little arm
bucks
waves
to
going back and forth. Boom, boom.
50 bucks to whoever knows that movie. I know no one's going to get that one. It's time to, why don't you pass that move on to Jerry? All right.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. We have a fun show for y'all today. We're gonna do a little top five at the end.
Oh,
So stick
top
around
five,
for
top
that.
five, top five.
Yeah. Yeah, top five, top five, top five. Right now, we got to talk about D'Angelo Jordan
Oh, boy.
because he had a good game last night and led the way in their game against Showtime. And look very quickly here, the man himself getting it firing from three. He was active all night. It was really impressive seeing him go to work. Norman Nation bring up the court, but Mark Chisholm says, "Give me that," and coming the other way with it. The lob to Xavier Rubin Matthew catches it and throwing it down for two. And Showtime's defense was really good all game. And here's D'Angelo Jordan attacking again, and that time gets the three.
That's just a tough shot, B-Ron. Like people, I think it's an understatement to say he had a great. He's unstoppable at this age with that kind of game. Imagine Kevin Durant being, you know, University of Texas Kevin Durant
Yep.
in high school. Oh my
Right.
God.
Insane, man. And we saw that last shot there from Norman Nations, put really kind of put the game away for them, and I was at Cascadia, witness work and
Oh
Showtime and D'Angelo Jordan got the win by 10, 65-55.
yeah, for sure. We're going to talk about D'Angelo Jordan, and yeah, he
Yes,
definitely did lead the way. 26 big points.
yes,
Shout out to Cole Webb, put up 25 in a losing effort. He did not get a lot of help, but D'Angelo Jordan did get help. So we're going to put the emphasis where the emphasis is supposed to be right now, and the emphasis right now is on D'Angelo Jordan. 26
yep,
points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a steal in the block. He was not terribly efficient, but I always like to talk about the hows and the whys more than the whats. Where he gets his buckets on the court, at the
yep.
size that he is and the position that he gets played at by Rosante Vance, it's tough, man, and it's on
It
full
is.
display for scouts and pro scouts and GMs to look at. The kid's probably a legit 6'9". He can still put some weight on, but he gets inside of 3 point line and he starts knocking down middies. There's nothing you can do. That opens up your interior. That opens up your perimeter game for Norman Nations and Zay Gore and your other guys to get going. And as we saw last night, it opens up a lot for someone like Witness Work. And that's the
Absolutely.
difference there. That's where LSD gets help and got help last night, where Showtime didn't. Witness Work, 12 points, 13 boards, 3 offensive rebounds. It's just there's an element of it that goes to D'Angelo Jordan for sure,
Yeah.
because he's out there getting buckets, but the way he scores makes it effortless, or let me not say effortless. It makes it workable for everyone else on his team. And
Yeah.
that Witness Work is a high motor kid. That kid, some of the highlight plays that he had were absolutely incredible. I'm a Witness Work fan.
Yeah, I am too. Honestly, I am too. His the game is certainly making me pay attention to him, and again, rightfully so, focuses on D'Angelo Jordan, but he had a lot of help around him, which is good. You need that from again guys like Number Nations, Witness Work as well. Even Angelo Roman pitched in 8 points of his own and 2 for 4 from deep. So yeah, kid had a really good game. LSD overall played really good, but bringing it back
Continue,
around. Yes,
continue to play really good.
yes, exactly. And bringing it back to D'Angelo Jordan here for a minute, would you believe he's not ranked in the top five by any of the ranking lists that we have
Is
here?
they're crazy. Well, who do you take out? Who do you take out?
That's the thing, right? Yeah. Who do you take out in that top five? Because it's Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Trey Hyman, Javette Towns. Um,
Yeah,
let's see if I can
then
pull up
then
the list here real quick, but we can give you the whole thing of seeing who's where
Arthur
they are.
Lattimore.
Arthur Lattimore's
Arthur
in there too.
Lattimore
Yeah.
is the next person, and Benari James, Kevon
Thank you.
Jackson. I think we may start to see him eclipse him at the size that he's at. We may
Mhm.
start to see some shaking and moving.
Yeah, yeah, and all that though being said though, I don't know if it really matters if he's top 5 or not, because regardless of where he is, the fact of the matter is he has the game to prove it. So I don't know if we can, hold that against him. Oh, he's not top 5, so it doesn't matter. No, that does him a disservice. He has the game. We're seeing it this season. So does he deserve to be in the top 5? Sure, but that doesn't matter to me in the grand scheme of things, because he has the game. It doesn't matter where he is.
Okay. Nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. He's a
Yeah.
great player. He leads the way. His team's sitting at 6-2. They're making their owner coach, who was actually just quite, brash, and he's rubbed some people the wrong way. They're making him look like a savant is what they're doing, and that's D'Angelo Jordan is a major reason for that. Where Rosante Vance can go out there and talk that talk as an owner, go lead moonlight as a coach and an owner, and then go take care of business. Yeah, I'm sure D'Angelo Jordan is eating plenty of steak dinners with the boss, is my opinion.
Yeah. Right. Exactly, man. So look, let's keep it rolling, shall we? And let's talk about Gulf Coast lockdown and how they continue to win, locking down their 4th win in a row last night, against somewhere Latin America. Kai Killen inside to Deontay Joyce. That was a fantastic pass to Joyce. Had a really good game and some defense here from SimWorld Latin America. Coming out the other way, pass into the corner to Akyam Ravello. That was one of his many threes, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Because again, we'll see a block, and this was Ravello's record 7th 3-pointer
For the season,
of the
he was
game.
on fire, man. I
game,
thought
yeah.
they were going to pull it out for a second. He was balling.
Yeah, we really did. And then here's Kai Killens himself pulling up for a mid-range jumper. That's one of the things down the stretch that allowed them to pull away, as Coach Nick Heesh has those kids rolling over there as Gulf Coast improves their record to 7-1, beating somewhere Latin America 81-72.
Yeah, big time win for Gulf Coast. Not that anyone anticipated that they were going to lose, but boy, were they challenged much more than we thought they would be. And it looks, that's what they say when you have the crown or in challenging for the crown, everybody wants to challenge you. So they're getting teams, they're getting the best out of teams. Latin America really looked good. Akiyama, I hope I'm saying that right. Akiyama Revelo, 23 points, 7 of 9. That was
Yep.
We're gonna keep bringing his name up until he goes away. That was a Trey Turner-esque performance.
Yeah, was.
The shooting
He did
was
it all.
phenomenal. Yeah. Red Jointner looked really good, 13.7 assists. And Richard Hennessy, pedestrian. We're not going to get into all of that. Like we said, he's a big guy. He's a kid still feeling his way out with that body and that size and his coordination. But nevertheless, they competed. But Gulf Coast, let me talk about number one, Kai Killens He's a hooper, man. He's a hooper. His mid-range game, some of those turnaround shots, he has a mean turnaround, sophisticated, old cagey vet, old man game. His IQ and his skill is a little bit beyond his age, if you ask me. His numbers don't have to jump off the page. 17 points,
Right.
8 of 17 shooting, and getting it done when it needs to. Speaks enough for me. Carson Cutbirth, oh my God, he's a sniper. He's a dimer.
Yes.
I'm telling you, man, he fits that Steve Nash mold a lot. I'm not calling him Steve Nash. I'm just using names that people know, right? If I were to come out here and call him, I don't know what have you. If I were to call him, I can't. No one comes to mind. If I were to use a fair reference, y'all may not know who it is. So I use Steve Nash because he's an efficient shooter, 4 or 6 from deep, 1 for 1 from 3. If he was looking for a shot more, I'm sure he would score more. 7 assists. He's a great dimer. Then you have, but here's the two guys no one talks about enough: Ezekiel Bull and Deontay Joyce in the middle.
Yeah, those two are huge factors, no pun intended.
Because they play together, neither one of their stats are going to jump off the board, and that's how it works when you're playing
Mhm.
in the most elite prep league in all the world. All the leagues have condensed here for there to be 320 of the world's greatest high school players. Some numbers are going to take a hit, so they're playing in the front court together, but defensively. They are just as good as any other front court defense. I liken them a lot to the originators' front court, and the record and the results speak to that. They get on the glass, they defend, they contest in the paint, and they should be heralded. There should be a lot more talk about if their numbers spoke to it, but there should be a lot more talk of them and being in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. The way they get
Okay.
after it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So let's talk about this for a minute. Gulf Coast is their fourth one in a row now. They're 7-1 on the season. Is it time for some people to throw that underrated moniker away from this team? Because personally, I feel like we should throw that out and let's start talking about them as a serious contender. Which again, we'll get to that later in the show. We'll get there, but I think we can start talking about this team as a contender for the race to one and to get to the championship and possibly win it because they're just they're way better than I thought them to be. And I said this last night during the game. I wasn't sure when we go into a team with a lot of unknowns between the coach and all the new players they had. You never know how it's gonna come together. So I reserved judgment, and I was like, I don't know how it's gonna work out until we see it happen. And I'm seeing it happen now, and I'm very, very pleased with how this team is playing. And I don't want to say I was proven wrong necessarily, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing right now from Gulf Coast.
Okay, can I talk numbers?
Yes, go ahead.
After last night's game, you can put a pin in this one and say okay, whatever. But as of last night's game, they're the number one offense in all of SimWorld Prep in points per game. They're the number one rebounding team in SimWorld Prep after last night's game. They're in the top 5 in moving the ball in assists per game in all of SimWorld Prep. They get to the line the most at 10.4 per game in
Wow.
all of SimWorld Prep. Okay, I'm not done. I'm not done. And then opponents' points per game. By that factor alone, they're top 5 at number 3. They are holding teams to 63.5 points a game.
Yeah.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Jeez.
And then they're a top 5 in forcing turnovers in all of the league. That sounds like a winning team. I'm not underrating them. Who's underrating them? Who's underrating them? That's right. That's I forgot. We have to talk about every team and every player every single day and every second of every moment.
Right, exactly.
It's not possible.
Everyone gets equal cover. 32 teams.
No. But I do get where they're coming from because the notoriety. That's how it works. That's how it goes down. Go look at the SWBA.
Right, exactly.
There's teams that are big market teams that don't get talked about, or they get talked about more than an actual winning team in a lower market. But look, record speaks for itself. They're 7-1. They're tied for the best record in all of SimWorld Prep right now, right there with Cascadia after taking their loss, and the Originators who is 6-1. I'm not underrating them. I think they're tough. They're tough as nails.
I'm right there with you, man. I think that they're real good, and I think they continue to prove those who doubted them wrong, and we'll go from there. But look, SimWorld Europe. Let's switch gears here. SimWorld Europe played the AT Aliens last night, and it did not go their way at all, which we'll get into it here. But we're gonna start with a Ty Murka 3-pointer there. He didn't have him and this guy here, Andre Ivanov. You see, go work there in the post. They didn't have great games, but here's Orion Toomey.
Oh, sock it to me. Sock it to me, Orion Toomey.
And then Royce Anderson himself getting in on the dunk fest here, and the AT Aliens came out with the win over SimWorld Europe, and that was a 62-55 win. As SimWorld Europe continues their losing slide, they're down to 5-3 on the season. AT Aliens are 5-4 on the season.
I asked the question once before, and I guess I got my answer. The question was, who and how do you stop the pick and roll of a Ty Murka and Andre Ivanov, and then at any point in time insert Ivan Suslov, a.k.a. SimWorld Europe. AT Aliens found the answer, and the
Yep.
answer was in the form of Willie Styles, Orion Toomey, and a
Yep.
total team effort on defense. I didn't see anything amazing that they did scheme wise, B-Ron. I didn't see some intricate, novel. Everyone likes to get to these gimmicky defenses and stuff. I didn't see all that. I just saw them stick to their guns, have talented individuals that move their feet in the perimeter. Ryan Toomey, aside from him being a shot blocking monster, where everyone sees that. Of course, he's number 4 in the league at 3.7 blocks a game. But he moves his feet laterally. He moves from side to side. AT Aliens, along with a couple other teams that are in the top defensive, they have players that aren't just collecting stats and just I just
Right.
block a shot. They move their feet and they make intelligent decisions on their rotations in the paint.
Yeah.
And the AT Aliens just look like the right matchup to go up against SimWorld Europe when it comes to that pick and roll because they have lots of guys that are quick on their feet, nimble, move laterally, and know how to defend the pick and roll. And most importantly, are willing to defend the pick and roll. They hang their hats on defending and stopping in the paint more so than they do trying to go get buckets. And that was the absolute Achilles heel, the kryptonite, the white girl, if you will, to SimWorld Europe. It came to bite them last night.
Yeah, it did, and this is their second loss in a row. Ty Merca, Ivanov mentioned they combined 9 for 25 shooting, not much effects from them on that side. And with all that being said, again, being their second loss in a row, after they got blown out 84-47 to Gulf Coast Lockdown a few games ago.
They've been
Um,
slumping.
is it time for us to be concerned about SimWorld Europe? Have they been exposed here a little bit over the last few games? I don't think we are there just yet. I would say if it gets to be a longer skid, sure. Say 5 games, 4 or 5 games, then we might have a problem. But until it gets there, I'm not ready to say it just yet. Not for them. Not with the way they came out the gate anyway. And and also considering the fact that it's a long season, so you're gonna have your ups and your downs, throughout any season. So I'll give it up, but again, I don't think it's time to say that just yet.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. I'm not that concerned. They're still bigger than most of the competition, B-Ron.
Yep. Yeah,
They still
exactly.
have
You're
two
right.
big guys that are incredibly skilled, and they still have Ty Merker, who knows how to run the hell out of a pick and roll. I think they've met a couple of teams that were able to defend them, and Coach Kostov and company, who is a
Yep.
great coach. I think they'll make the right adjustments. And again, talent wins out, and I think they have incredibly talented bigs and incredibly talented point guard, and they have size. So no one's expected to win every single game. So I still think at the end of the season, they win in they win out that intercontinental region. They're currently
Hmm.
leading at 5-3, and that's with slippage. SimWorld Oceania is making ground on them. SimWorld Atlantis is a
Yeah,
very
they're
good
also
team.
5-3 now.
Yeah. SimWorld Atlantis is a very good team, but I just think SimWorld Europe is the most talented group out of that bunch. And most teams stateside don't have the size and the skill to compete with them. It takes a
Yeah.
really scrappy defense like Gulf Coast Lockdown and AT Aliens to have a chance, and those chances just weighed in their favor tonight or
Yeah,
last night.
exactly. Exactly. Those teams are that their defense makes the difference against a team like Central Europe. You can neutralize the height that they have when you play that tough, gritty defense. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Let's get out of here though on a little bit of top five though,
Top five,
yo.
top five.
Top five, and of course with all the talk of of Player of the Year conversations now coming, all that stuff. Let's look ahead to give our top five race to one contenders. Individual lists. We're not doing a collaborative list. We're not doing a collaborative list, yo. We're gonna
Boo.
do. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. Individual lists. I'll go through mine first, from 1 to 5. The OGs number 1, Cascadia number 2, Beast of the East at 3, Gulf Coast at 4, Lakeshore Drive at number 5. I had Snow Europe on here originally. I had Snow Europe in the 5 spot originally. I did. But they're down. They've moved. They're one spot below Lakeshore right now. They're 6 for me.
That's crazy, B-Ron, because my list is the same teams.
No
Just
way.
a no. I mean, it's not shocking. They look like the
Yeah.
best teams out there. So
Yeah.
my direct order as of right now, I would say OGs are number one for me. Number
Okay.
two is Beast of the East, the returning champs. Look at them getting mentioned 3 days in a row. Let's hear it,
Right.
Drayton. You still not you're not welcome back on SimWorld today. You're not getting the 5 timers hoodie, sir. After what you said, the blasphemy. But what we will do is give you and your team your props. Number two out
Yo,
there,
this is not speak for me, Coach Drayton, on the on some road today.
yeah. So OG's number one, BC East number two. I would put them number one. Just OGs look really tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, order wise, I have Gulf Coast as number three. Um,
Okay.
I have Gulf Coast. I do have Gulf Coast as number three. I have Cascadia at number four and Lakeshore Drive at number five.
Wow. Okay. All right. So teams are the same, just in different spots. This
Yeah.
interesting because you have Cascadia at 4. Why do you have them at 4 out of curiosity? That's surprising me. I figured you have them higher on your list.
OGs have size. They have
Yeah.
defense. They have everything that needs to be done. Beasts of the East, they have the heart of a champion. They have a very well coached team, and they have players that
Yeah.
get after it, and they have
That's
excellent
fair.
defense and versatility.
Hmm.
Gulf Coast, we just finished talking about them. They have the key that I think is the key to everything, which is defense and size. Cascadia, their defense has not shown me a whole lot. They've shown me they can go get buckets, and they've shown me they can get on the glass, but they've also shown
Hmm.
me they can get outworked on the glass, which happened the other night. So they're missing the defense part for me. And to be totally honest, Lakeshore Drive could leapfrog them because Lakeshore Drive, that D'Angelo Jordan is a monster, and Norman Nations, if he gets the ball and gets high usage, he could probably go crazy any night too. But they also have excellent interior defense, perimeter defense, and everything else. I lean defense always, and Cascadia is a
Yeah. Of
great
course.
team, but their defense is not on the level of any of those other four teams for me. Right now, I still have them as number four record wise, and they've only lost one game. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. I definitely understand that. I'm not gonna argue with that. That's a fair explanation. I hear you. Thank you for providing that response. I appreciate it. Well, look, y'all, we gotta get out of here. It's Friday. We got other things to do. SimWorld today. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. We have one game tomorrow on SimWorld TV, and that's gonna be Southeast Select taking on Asia Pacific at 1 p.m. Be sure to
tune
tune in
in.
for that. Tune in for that one. Be sure to do that. Yeah, yeah. And yo, it's Friday, so outro, my friend. Go ahead, take it away.
Tune in to all the shows. We have so many of them. The J Rock Show, Around the Table with E and the Fat Man. Got the
Yeah.
Marsh Pod. We
Yep.
got Rick's Blazing Takes. We got Dirty Shorts, Eat My Shorts. Let's Talk Dirty. All the different things that Maestro has rocking. Of course, we got the post up. Going to be coming to you real soon. Not only before games, but in between games. See all the action there. We'll have some new people on. But just support, man. We're trying to grow this thing. You wanna beat some of your
Absolutely.
friends? Invite them to SimWorld Prep. We need more coaches. We need more people engaged. This is all about community. We're not trying to tell our story. We're trying to tell yours. This is the only place, and I do mean the only place, where you can do what? See the
See the
game,
game, be the game.
be the game. That's right.
We'll see ya on Monday.